Yo, yo, RX back with another stream. This time it is Sunday night, which means that just like we did on Friday night with the AFC, tonight we talk about the NFC going into the offseason, creating their regular season and what they need in the offseason, the outlook for them, da 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 da. Um, yeah, pretty basic, same shit as on Friday night, which I really enjoyed. Mainly just calling most of the teams in the AFC shit, because they are. And now we see how this goes with the NFC. A lot more good teams, a lot more actual contenders and all that. And I'm excited, so should be fun. There's still plenty of shit teams in the NFC, but the good ones, the only real Super Bowl contenders, for being honest, are there, and I'm excited to talk about it. So, not really much else to say there. If y'all want to talk about MMA, UFC, whatever, bring it up in chat and I'll talk about it. I got nothing to say about the UFC tonight. I'll talk about it on Tuesday. I already did the look over the Strickland Hernandez card last night, so you don't want to do that or wait till Tuesday for me to talk about that. And yeah, outside of that, not really a whole lot left to say. Or you can imagine YouTube did not send out a fucking single notification for and any of my content, so you know it's always fucking lovely. And yeah, not really too much else to say there. We'll talk about the AFC already. We're gonna talk about the NFC. Should be fun, and let's do it. Not really much else to say. No, I'm not talking about the goddamn All-Star game, because just like everyone else on Flanders, no one watched it, and I know I didn't. So, we good? I think we good. Yeah. No point talking about the UFC, and no point talking about NBA ever, really. So, with that being said, not really too much else to be said. We had 12 more teams, or 16 teams to talk about. Yeah, some of them might as well not be in the league. And yeah, I'm excited to do it. We'll see if this takes us along the AFC. And let's get into it, shall we? Which division do we begin with first? I think it only makes sense to begin with the winning division, the division that took home the Super Bowl last Sunday night. We begin with the NFC West, and of course we're going to begin with the Super Bowl champions, the reigning defending champs going into 2026-2027. We have the Seattle Seahawks. Yeah, what is there to say? They get an A+ for their fucking season. Obviously, you won the Super Bowl, and yeah, what can I really say? You don't have any giant free agents, I don't believe. I think you got a few free agents, so re-sign them or get some to replace them, who's not much of a downgrade, and you'll be fine. Like, Seattle's gonna be a top team again next year. Sam Darnold if he can stay at this level, he'll be fine. Kenneth Walker's great. Zach Charbonnet will be back. Obviously, Jason, debatably the best receiver in the league. Well, Cooper Kupp can go another year at this level. Tight end's fine. O-line's great. Defense is the best in the NFL, and will probably stay that way, depending, unless you maybe one or a few guys retire or leave. You still got most of your young core and or your core, and you should be perfectly fine going into next season. Seattle is going to be a title contender. They are probably they are the favorites to win again next year. So D-Man Dog, good to see you. And yeah, what can I really say about Seattle? They will, unless catastrophic bullshit happens, they would be fine. We'll see the same offense as last year. See the same defense, and high possibility they run it back and win again. That's probably everyone's pick right now, and I don't blame you. Maybe they can pick up another great piece in the draft, like Duke Almawari, whatever you say the motherfucker's name. And, yeah, A+ season, because you won the Super Bowl, and if you don't do anything stupid in the offseason, come back better, if not the same, and probably win it all again. So, who would have thought Sam Darnold would be on a winning fucking team? But he is, and see how far they go next year. Let's see if they can defend the crown. So, not much to say there. Then we'll move to the team that got really the only team the whole season to give Seattle a game. And that got a consistent rate. We'll go next to the Los Angeles Rams. Yeah, I think I'd have to give their season an A. Matthew Stafford played maybe the best football of his career, winning MVP. Kyron Williams is really fucking good. Puka Nacua, again, could, just like JSN, is debatably the best receiver in the league. Devontae Adams was a great signing and should be back next year, just as good. You don't got tight end. Bad, you got a few tight ends, but none of them look to be number ones, but you never know. O-line's fine. Defense is very solid. Yeah, and if you didn't make a few fuck-ups in the Seattle championship game, you might have won the Super Bowl, but you made the fuck-ups. I'm worried for the Rams, though, because when does Stafford come back down to earth? Like, we know he is great, but now he's going to, his 40s or just about. When will the age gap or age cliff, whatever the father time, get to him? Was this his last great season? We'll see. Of course, Puka's again great, and you got great weapons. Sean McVay is one of the best in the league, coaching-wise. We'll see, and we'll see. Rams could either be another contender next year, or they could kind of be a little bit disappointing. So I think it could go either way. It all really depends on what Stafford you get. I don't think any other key weapons are free agents. Maybe Devontae is, but I doubt it. So you should be fine there, and they should be great again next year. More if Stafford can stay as one piece. If he can stay at Stafford level, even if he can be half what he was this year, Stafford should be fine. So, yeah, we'll see. Maybe they'll finally get revenge on Seattle. Maybe they'll win the chip next year. I think they're one of the favorites. And all depends on what Stafford he gets. So, again, I'll give their season an A. What else can you say? You got the MVP. You're the only team that really gave the champions a fucking fight. And you got Puka Nacua. So, yeah, not much else to really say there. Yeah, simple. Two best teams in the NFC, more than likely, right here and here. And then we'll move to the team in between them right here. The team that somehow, maybe, I think Shanahan might have deserved Coach of the Year just for being able to do what he did with this team. We have the San Francisco 49ers, the other team in the division. But, what the fuck can you give their season? You can either knock them down grades for everyone getting injured, or bump them up grades for everyone getting injured and still being a pretty solid team. Yeah, obviously you got routed by Seattle in the playoffs, which was expected. You did beat Philly, which was nice. I'll give San Fran a B- season for everything they were able to do. Everyone outside of CMC got injured. And my main thing with San Fran is, when are they going to fall off? Because they've been running the same core for a while. They always have injuries. Brock Purdy's not that good. Mac Jones is better, and I'm excited to see him go on a real team next year. CMC made the best season of his career, and maybe should have been Offensive Player of the Year talks. If he can have another season like that, you'll be fine. But when does he come back down to earth? You don't got Brandon Ayuk anymore. Ricky Pearsall is your best receiver, and is he really number one? Juwan Jennings ain't anything special. George Kittle is too injury prone. He has been for like 10 years. Your O-line, who knows who's even playing on it week to week. Your defense, you're going to get Fred Warner back. Who knows how much more he has left in the tank. Yeah, some good defensive pieces, but how long can they stay healthy? It's gonna be interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think at any season, San Fran could fall off a cliff and not be as good, or they can be just the same as they were this year, somehow good through everything. If they never had injuries, they could be a Super Bowl contender, but we look at that ain't gonna happen. Again, Kyle Shanahan's a great fucking coach, and CMC played great. Outside of that, I don't. Again, Brock Purdy ain't that good. Your receiving core is not number ones. Kittle's untrustworthy to ever actually play. Sub DRS. And your defense will probably be injured by week 5. So hopefully they can learn how to not break everything every week. And we'll see. But it should be interesting. It should be very interesting with San Fran. Again, at any moment they could either be at any season they could either be right where they were this year or they could fall apart. So they're probably not through that Seattle won the Super Bowl in their home, and to me that motivates them. I don't know. San Fran's such a mystery because who knows who breaks what week. But yeah, if Shanahan would ever carry this band of fucking Make-A-Wish kids to a goddamn playoff berth, I think anything would be possible. So see what happens next year and see if they can stay healthy for once. And then we have the basement of the NFC West, the team no one actually remembers because they haven't been relevant since Pittsburgh beat them in the Super Bowl, 15 years ago now. And you have the other team in the NFC West, the Arizona Cardinals. Yeah, they are still here for some fucking reason. Yeah, they're gonna suck again. What am I really meant to express to that anymore? They are gonna be shit. The 3 teams under them are better, and even if the Niners did fall off a cliff, they would still beat up the Cardinals. Arizona sucks. Simple. Kyler Murray's gone, hopefully, because that's been a complete bust. Yeah, no run. James Conner might come back, but how much more are you going to try and go with him? Michael Wilson's alright. Marvin Harrison's okay. But you don't got a quarterback. Trey McBride's great. You got pretty solid receiving and tight end room, but Kyler Murray's garbage and Jacoby Brissett's gone in free agency more than likely. You don't got a fucking defense. So why am I meant to expect you to do anything besides be bottom of the barrel again? So, yeah, they lost to the Titans. Obviously, they get an F for their goddamn season because what good is coming out of their season? Jacoby Brissett stat padding at the end of blowouts. So firing your shitty coach and hiring. I don't even remember who the fuck they hired. It's not like it's gonna fucking help them at all. Yeah, they're gonna be shitty again. So they're gonna just continue being shit for as long as I can remember them. They had that nice 7-0 start to the year, I think in 2021, 2022, and then got dick stomped the rest of the playoffs. So more rest of the season and then the playoffs. So yeah, they're gonna be ass. Not really much to really expand on there. Kyle Murray's gonna be gone, so that experiment is over. And you'll probably be a top 3 to 5 pick in the draft next year as well. So see what they do. They got 2 decent receivers and a fine tight end. Aside of that, what the fuck is on this team? They're gonna be ass. And yeah, what do they need? Fucking everything. So a quarterback. So maybe they sign Daniel Jones or Malik Willis or somewhere along those lines, but I only think they could do so much. So we'll see. Maybe they trade for Tua or whatever. Yeah, it's gonna get bad down in Arizona for like the 15th year in a row. And yeah, not really too much else to say there. So pretty basic, pretty simple, and yeah, they suck. And that's the NFC West. I think the standings for the division will be about the same as they were this year. I think the Seahawks will be number 1, Rams 2, Niners 3, and Cardinals 4. IDRS. Yeah, I think it's a pretty basic division to predict. I think who's going to do better between the Rams and the Niners. Both those teams would be great. Both could be shitty. We'll see. We already know Arizona's going to be ass and Seattle will be good. So, see what happens. See what happens. Yeah, that's the best division in the NFC done. Let's get to the next one. Got three more. Not talking about this piece of shit next. North or East? We'll talk about the North next. We'll begin with the best team in the NFC North. Where's Tone when you need him? We got the Chicago Bears kicking us off in the North. For their season, A+, one of the best seasons Chicago has had in, 50 years. Caleb Williams looked phenomenal. Ben Johnson probably could have made case for Coach of the Year. The receiving core is okay. Defense is okay. Colson Loveland was on and off throughout the season. It was just Caleb and Ben Johnson being phenomenal, pretty much. If DJ Moore can have a bit better of a season, Luther Burden can develop a little bit more. Ramo Dunze can stay healthy. Yeah, maybe get a better. Well, yeah, Kyle Managi. Hopefully, you can pray he becomes the number one because DeAndre Swift sucks. Besides that, maybe get a little bit better of a defense. I think the defense is a little bit shaky at times. But besides that, Chicago, I think, is the top team in the NFC. I think the three best teams in the NFC going into next year are Seattle, LA, and Chicago. And I could definitely see a world where Chicago is in the Super Bowl coming out the NFC because they are really good. Caleb can keep his form. Ben Johnson can keep doing his thing. They get a little bit better in some weak areas. That did lose them the Rams game. I think they could be easily in the Super Bowl next year, and I would not be shocked if Chicago's Super Bowl champs in 2027. So we'll see. I won't be shocked if the NFC Championship is Chicago and Seattle. That'd be actually a phenomenal game. And yeah, we'll see what happens. So Chicago's finally good again for the first time in 50 goddamn years. Chicago's actually not a shit team, and yeah, we'll see if they can improve a few weaknesses and maybe make it Super Bowl next year. Again, I give their season an A+. How could you not? And yeah, pretty basic. Not really too much else to say there. We'll just go down the line here. We'll talk about maybe the most disappointing team of the season. Speaking of Ben's from Detroit, we got from the team Chicago took Ben Johnson from. We'll go to the Detroit Lions next. Again, maybe the most disappointing team of this last season. What can you really say? They were meant to be Super Bowl contenders again and make the playoffs. Dan Campbell's philosophy is not looking like it's going to be working anymore. You got the talent. Jared Goff is still fine. Jahmyr Gibbs is great. Monroe is great. Jameson Williams' experiment could definitely end. He's not that good. Defensively, if you could stay fucking healthy, that'd be nice. If everything on your fucking defense didn't smash into fucking pieces weekly, but wishful thinking. Detroit on paper should be a top team in the NFC, but can they get back to that? Can Dan Campbell change his schemes? Can Jared Goff maybe be a little bit better at times? Can their defense not be shit? Let's find out. They have the ceiling of being a top team in the NFC, but can they get there? They should. They should not be missing the goddamn playoffs, but we'll see. This might be their last legitimate year of trying to be a contender or pretending to be before everything falls apart. So I'm intrigued. I think Detroit might have the most on their shoulders going into this next season. Obviously, their regular season this year gets a fucking D+. You go from losing in the NFC, the second round of the playoffs, to not even making them and being pretty ass, debatably being the worst team in your division. What can you really say? So yeah, bad season, disappointing. They need to bounce back. Um, can they? Again, can they? Do or die season for Dan Campbell's Lions. Let's see if they can fucking get back on track, or are they gonna fall back to being the Lions? Time will tell. And do or die for them. That's for damn sure. Speaking of teams who it's do or die for, Jesus Christ, and maybe even to a higher extent too, because they are meant to be better, but they they were not that good at times of the season as well. The Green Bay Packers, another team that was very disappointing during the season. You make the trade for Micah, you start off really good, and then you really whimper out the last bit of the season and lose in the playoffs. I'll give them a C minus for their season. You got Micah Parsons, but he got injured. Yeah, you limped into the playoffs, even though, let's be honest, the Lions and the Cowboys were better. You limp into the playoffs. Jordan Love is not the guy. Matt LaFleur is definitely not the guy. Josh Jacobs is still great. You don't got a number one receiver. Matthew Golden is not even close to being anything special. Romeo Doubs ain't that good. Christian Watson ain't special. So you're not really having a lot there. It's for the last 3 years, it's been the same carousel of who's the number one receiver this week, which doesn't fucking work. You'll get Tucker Kraft back, which will help. He's your number one receiver. Defensively, you'll get Micah back, but can you? Well, how much will it help? You got an okay defense, so you're gonna lose Malik Wilson free agency, which is gonna hurt because he's better than Jordan Love. Yeah, we'll see what happens with Green Bay. They, again, just like Detroit, extremely disappointing after that, getting Micah Parsons and being this shitty. But maybe we'll see. Again, Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love don't seem to be the guys in Green Bay. LaFleur definitely is. I don't know why the fuck he's getting another year, and Jordan Love is not that good. But whatever. You need a number one receiver because it's fucking guessing game of who it's going to be this week. It could be fucking Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, Matthew Golden, Dotavian Wicks. Could be fucking anyone by any week. So maybe get a real number one receiver. That'd be kind of useful. Fucking trade for AJ Brown. Fuck it. We'll see if Green Bay goes into the season just like they did this year. No real number one. Jordan Love, Matt LaFleur, and praying Micah fixes their defense. They ain't gonna do shit. They truly are not gonna do shit. But we'll see. We'll see. Josh Jacobs is great for how much longer. Yeah, I think Green Bay is just not. I don't get what they see in this core of a shitty coach, a lame quarterback, and no real number one receiver. Most of your guys would barely be number twos on a lot of teams. See if they can fucking bounce back and prove the Micah deal wasn't pointless. Or do they just have Micah Parsons now and are shittier than the teams who traded Micah Parsons? We'll find out. And yeah, a really do or die season for Green Bay, as well as it is for Detroit. And then we got the team who you think should be the bottom feeder of the division, but fuck, at times they might have been the second best team in it during the season. We have the Minnesota Vikings to round out the NFC North. A team who, fuck, I can't call them disappointing because they were meant to suck, but Jesus fucking Christ, what the fuck happened? Yeah, their season gets a fucking F. JJ McCarthy is fucking putrid, 9, whatever you want to call him. That guy's gone, he's horrendous. If I even remember your running back, Aaron Jones is getting old and Jordan Mason is not a number one. You're pissing off Justin Jefferson. You're wasting the best receiver in the league. Jordan Addison barely plays. Your defense is... I can't really even think of anyone on it. Yeah, the Vikings are probably going to go into a tank year, and what can you really say? You let Sam Darnold walk, which was fucking stupid, and now you got 9 who can't throw a fucking football, and prayers. Are they a team who signs Malik Willis or Daniel Jones. Bring back Daniel Jones. It wouldn't be a terrible idea. They need it. But will they go all the way and get like someone to replace JJ because he's fucking terrible? We'll see. Can I get a real defense? Because again, I can't even think of anyone on their defense. Harrison Smith is retiring. It would seem, or is gone. So yeah, even for as bad Detroit and Green Bay are going to probably, at least Green Bay going the next season, Minnesota is still probably the bottom feeder of this division. When again, you have the best player in the fucking division, but if your quarterback can't get him the goddamn ball, when does Justin Jefferson request that trade? So he should have probably done it last season, because how the fuck are you wasting him with JJ McCarthy? But we'll see. Yeah, they're probably gonna be asked again. Probably a top 10 pick in the draft next year, unless they do get a quarterback. But again, who are they going to trade for, Tua or Kyler? I don't see that helping much. Again, Malik Willis, that's okay. Daniel Jones, maybe. I don't know who else. So we'll see. We'll see what they do. Yeah, Minnesota. Maybe in the last, maybe a do or die for them, because if they don't do something this year, they might die having to trade Justin Jefferson. And yeah, we'll see if they can. They wasted Randy Moss. Will they waste Justin Jefferson as well? I guess time will fucking tell. And yeah, we'll see if 9 is even still in the league by this time next year. I fucking doubt it. And yeah, they suck. The bottom feeders of the NFC North. And yeah, and that's the NFC North. I think the standings will be just like this. Green Bay, number 3. Maybe they are number 2 if Detroit ain't all that. It's really the same as the other division. We know the top team. We know the worst team. Who's going to win this middle? We'll find out. And yeah, again, they got a real Super Bowl contender in Chicago. 2 teams that are shaky and 1 team that isn't good. See what happens. We'll definitely see what happens. And I'm intrigued. I definitely am intrigued. And then that leaves the 2 divisions. I don't care to talk about the NFC South and the NFC East. I guess we'll talk about the East next. Beginning with, I guess we'll begin with the team that was the defending champs going into this year, but lost their title, the Philadelphia Eagles. 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 Yeah, a team that definitely has all the eyes on them going into the offseason. Degrade their regular season. Fuck. A C-. You made the playoffs again. You won your division. Your whole team fell apart. We saw the blatant problems of the team that I think we already knew. You lost in the first round to a depleted Niners. Yeah, not a great fucking title defense year, but maybe they can bounce back. Jalen Hurts is not good. He's never been a top quarterback. Saquon's great, but what the fuck happened to him this season? A.J. Brown's gone. Devonta Smith is finally going to be the number 1 for the first time in ever, I believe. Nick Sirianni is still there, which is your biggest problem because he's a shitty coach. Your defense is still really good, but you need an offense. You got rid of Kevin Patullo. Good job. But what else am I really meant to say? We'll see what they do with their receiving core. Because again, they're going to just have Devontae Smith, and who knows what? Who do they get to be the number 2 or maybe the number 1 if they try and get a big name in return for AJ? Because again, obviously AJ Brown's fucking gone. So Jahan Dotson ain't that number 2. I think the kid's good, but he hasn't shown the ability to be number 2. Dallas Goedert's really good, but again, Jalen Hurts is not. So they're gonna definitely big year for them. Probably Nick Sirianni's job is on the line going into this season. We'll see what they get in the A.J. Brown trade and whoever they trade him to. It's a big season for them. Will they probably win the division again? More than likely. Commanders are shit. Giants are shit. Dallas is Dallas. More than likely, the Eagles will win the division again, but will it mean anything at the end of the day? Probably fucking not, but we'll see. Yeah, again, C minus season in their defending season, and yeah, see what happens. So, not really a lot else to say there. See if they can bounce back. So, yeah, not a great defending year for the former champs. But then we go to a team that haven't been champs since the 90s, but still pretends they are any bit good, even though they haven't really been good in 30 years. They're the NFL's most hated team every year. The Dallas Cowboys. Fucking Bears winning Super Bowls the next 3 years. Nothing else to say there either. Yeah, I can't disagree. Toner, what's up, brother? Like, who the fuck your name was? A little hard to read on off my TV. So you're Scarface now, got it. Yeah, I don't know if you heard what I said about Chicago, but I look at them as a real top 3 team in the NFC next year. I think the 3 best teams in the NFC next year are Seattle, Chicago, and LA are the Rams, and I would not be shocked at all if Chicago's in the Super Bowl next year. If Caleb and Ben Johnson keep doing their magic, Monangai becomes number 1. DeAndre Swift sucks. Your receiving core gets better because DJ Moore could have played a little bit better, but he played pretty good. Your number 2 needs to play better if it's Burden or Doomsday, if he can stay healthy. Get a better defense, I guess, is really Chicago's biggest need. I think they could easily be in the Super Bowl next year. If not, I think the NFC Championship will be them and Seattle. So, but you never know, Chicago. They're finally good for the first time in 50 years. We'll see if they can keep that. And we're going to be losing some D-line. Yeah. So we'll see if you can replace it. We'll see. There's good. You bring back Khalil Mack. He's a free agent. Trey Hendrickson. So Chicago they don't need to do the good thing with Chicago. They don't need to do much. You got your quarterback. You got to pray one of the guys can become a number 1. You got DJ, Roman, Burden. You got Loveland and Kmet. Your offense is pretty much fine. O-line, whatever. They seem fine. Actually, I think your guy just won like best protector or some bullshit. So the defense is what you really need. Ben Johnson probably would. I think the coach of the year was between him and Vrabel, and I get why Vrabel got it, but Ben Johnson could have easily won it. You just need a better defense. So if you can get that, you'll be fucking fine. And you're not going to get a defense to the level of goddamn Seattle, but you can get one that's competent and can stop a team once in a while. I think they're easily Super Bowl contenders, so we'll see though. We'll see. I'm not used to Chicago actually being good, so we'll see. Grand Boyd, both free agents. Yeah, Bayard, yeah. But you could easily get, like, there's defensive free agent you can get. Again, you could, I don't know, cap situation, but Trey Hendrickson would be good on the D-line. You could get fucking Jamel Dean's pretty decent. Joey Bosa's still kind of decent. So yeah, there's not a strong defensive class. Bobby Wagner's kind of old. Levante David is 100, but still decent. God, there is nothing. John Franklin Myers is alright. So there are decent defensive pieces you could get. I don't know if anything on the trading block, maybe some Quincy Williams from the Jets, that'd be fucking useful. They have a big defensive player. Fuck you. If y'all got Max Crosby, dude, that would save y'all big time. I would love to see y'all get Max Crosby. So, but I think the Raiders have traded you one generational talent. It wouldn't be the first time the Raiders gave you all a generational talent on the D-line, so I don't know which one they should resign. Both good safeties. In a perfect world, you would get both, but they'll make that decision whatever way they want to, and get safeties, D-line, linebackers, whatever you fucking need. Again, enter your hat in the Max Crosby sweepstakes. So it wouldn't be the first time you took a great defensive player from the Raiders. You got this guy named Mac before. I remember him being pretty good. So But yeah, really the only thing Chicago has to focus on is their fucking defense. Offense is already fine. So just focus on getting a little bit better defense and should be an easy fucking NFC Championship trip. So we'll see. We'll see though. Who would have thought about saying that 2 years ago when Caleb was looking like shit and fucking Matt Matt Nagy was the coach or so. But yeah. Chicago, Seattle, and the Rams. Not what I would have thought, but at least it's not the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Packers, the usual. So I'll take it. Speaking of one of those teams that's always shitty but pretends they are good, the Cowboys. I already talked about the NFC North and the NFC West. If you wanna, you can go back and watch that. I just finished the Eagles. Still got the 3 and this shithole. So there you go. The Cowboys. So where do I begin with their season? Somehow the Mike Parsons trade actually turned into a good thing. Actually, your best trade was getting George Pickens or signing whatever. That was phenomenal. You can make a case Dallas was the best team to miss the playoffs, which is fucking weird to think. I'll give Dallas a B. I was gonna say B plus, but yeah, Cowgirls. I'll give them a B. Dallas, good season. Dak played probably the best season I've ever seen him play. You don't got a running game. Well, no. Javonte Williams actually played good. Shockingly, still probably should have kept Rico Dowdle. I still think he's better, but whatever. Feedy and Pickens are phenomenal. You're franchise tagging Pickens, which you can get him to stay for another year, is amazing. I still don't know why Pitt would give up someone who's better than DK Metcalf for DK Metcalf, whatever. Your defense is a little weakening. Quinnen Williams was smart, but outside of that, not a lot on your defense. No one knows what the fuck happened to Trayvon Diggs. Or Deron Bland, remember that kid from a few years ago who fucking got like 3 pick sixes or some bullshit. So another team whose defense is kind of the problem. You still got Sean Heimer's kid as coach, who is fine. Jerry Jones is still alive, which is not fine, but Dallas is hoping every day for that to change. But maybe if the list ever comes out, Jerry Jones will be gone, because we know Jerry Jones is on a list or two. But yeah, that idiot's still running the team. They're never gonna ever do shit. But yeah, again, leaving the season, they actually don't look too bad. The offense is fine. Get some more defensive pieces. Maybe they go out and get Trey Hendrickson or Khalil Mack. That would be with Quinn Williams, or maybe they get the best corner. There doesn't look to be any doesn't look to be any really great corners or safeties or linebackers in free agency. Make do with what you can get, and yeah, we'll really see what happens with Dallas. I won't be shocked if they're a wild card team next year. Their offense is the best it's ever looked, and their defense is really the only thing holding them back from probably winning this division, being better than the Eagles. And yeah, so get a better defense. Hope Jerry Jones croaks any day now. And yeah, outside of that, what more can you really say? Dallas is going to Dallas, and even if they are a wild card team next year, they will lose. But for I think this most positive I've ever talked about the Cowboys. So they truly might be the best team. Now, the Eagles are still better overall, but I think their offense might actually be better than the Eagles. And I think they have a better coach. So we'll see. Dallas get a better defense. Easily could be a wild card or win the division next year. And again, leaving this season, somehow the Micah Parsons trade actually looks smart. And I'll give him a B. So where's Chrome when you need him to say, "Oh, I told you so, dude"? Yeah, I'll give Dallas a B for their season. Get some defense and should be fine. Then we can move down to the Giants. Wonder where's Moss when you need him. Then we'll move the somehow better team in New York, the New York Giants. What the fuck? Do you? No, actually, I could say some good things about their season. I'll give their season a D plus, for the only reason of being you found Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo, who are great. Aside of that, yeah, there's nothing good to talk about leaving your season. You had no running backs, with Scatterbo injured. Malik Neighbors, no one even remembers, is on that team. You got no defense at all, but you got rid of Daboll. You got John Harbaugh. Should help. Are they gonna be any good next year? Fuck no, they're still gonna be shit. But they're gonna be kind of like the NFC's version of the Raiders. They have a lot of good young pieces. Jackson Dart's the best quarterback from that class. Don't even bring up Tyler Shuck. That dude sucks. Cam Scatterboot, when he comes back, is great. Malik Neighbors is one of the best young receivers in the league. Their tight end, C.L. Johnson, I believe his name, is pretty decent. They don't have a number 2 receiver. Darius Slayton is still on the team for whatever reason. So yeah, their O-line is a giant O-line. So, but again, you got those young guys who could develop. You need a fucking defense. I think we all, you do got Sexy Dexy, but for how much longer? Kayvon Thibodeau, who's alright. Brian Branch. No, you got really fucking great D-line, but yeah, you don't got much else to really hold your hat on in that regard. You're still the better team in New York, so you got that. And, still gonna be shitty next year, but if they make the right moves, get some defensive pieces. You don't need a D-line guy, you need some safeties, corners. Unless I'm forgetting someone that they have. They need safeties, corners. Pray Dart and Scatterbo don't fucking do anything stupid to injure themselves. Hope Neighbors comes back fine. Giants could either be a 6-7-1 team. So I could easily see them being the 3rd best team in this division. And, not really much more I can think to say there. It's Giants, but unlike the Jets, they might suck, but they actually have a bright future. And, again, I kind of look at them as the NFC's version of the Raiders. The Raiders got Mendoza, Bowers, and Genty. Giants have Dart, Scatterbo, and Neighbors. If they develop right, Harbaugh as coach could be decent. So, see what happens. Get some fucking defense and a number 2 receiver. Jesus fucking Christ. And go from there. Not really too much else to say there. And then the last team in the division, the Washington Redskins Commanders. Redskins Commanders are a football team. We all know it's the Redskins, and we're not little bitches, so we're gonna say the Redskins. But Commanders, whatever. You want to talk about disappointing teams leaving last season? They definitely get an F for their season, going from the NFC Championship to a 4-win season or whatever. Not good. You almost got Jaden Daniels murdered, fucked up his arm. Austin Eckler's gone, more than likely. Korsky, Moret, whatever, looked okay at times. When are you going to get rid of Terry McLaurin, because he's clearly not happy? Do you got any other fucking weapons on the team worth anything? I'm trying to remember the receiving core. I know you got CMC, the brother, but he's not that good. So, yeah, not looking good there. Defense, you got old, and it didn't work. I'm so shocked getting a bunch of old dudes didn't fucking work. You didn't fire Dan Quinn, which is definitely a choice. You definitely could have moved on and no one would have been upset. But giving him another chance. Again, what the fuck do the Commanders need? They need Jane Daniels to get back to full health. They need Terry McLaurin to stop being a whiny bitch. Korsky Moret to really become a number 1. A defense who's under the age of 95. Yeah, I think Commanders are going to be the worst team in the NFC East next year. I won't be shocked at all if the Giants are actually better than them. They had that one great season where Jaden just became God, and now they have kind of RG3'd him. They fucked up his arm. We'll see if that could heal, how that heals. At least it wasn't a leg injury like RG3. Get him some better weapons and get a fucking defense. Maybe they could bounce back. I don't think they're going to hit their... They're not going to get back to where they were a season ago in the NFC Championship, but if they can get halfway there, that'd be fine. Jaden Daniels, if he can get back to 100%, is still a top quarterback, but not a lot of top shit around him. And yeah, again, you get an F for your season from going from the NFC Championship to 4 wins. And yeah, you almost killed Jaden. Got really nothing else too hopeful around him. Oh my bad, Deebo Samuel, who is a free agent, so that didn't work out too well. See what happens. I think Commanders are going to be the worst team in this division, and we'll see. We'll really see. So that's the NFC East. What do I think the standings will be? I'll actually, I don't think he's gonna last long. Jaden? No, probably not. Kid is actually good. Again, he probably is better. Well, I can't say he's better than our prime RG3 because I didn't watch prime RG3. But Jaden is a guy who could be great with help, but he doesn't have a lot of help right now. So, well, hopefully not, because again, we need the young guys in the league to not die. We already got Burrow and Herbert on fucking death watch. We don't need fucking Jaden on it as well. But we'll see. Get him some help. He's good, but had injured already in college too. Yeah, the Michael Penix bullshit, getting injured in college. Again, hopefully Jaden can bounce back and they get some fucking help around him. But if he does turn into a guy who's always injured and never really hits his ceiling again, we'll always remember that NFC Championship run, which is maybe the greatest rookie year of all time or one of. But outside of that, what else can you really say? Dan Quinn's probably fired. Terry McLaurin's probably gone. Debo's gone. Korski Merritt doesn't look great. Defense is shit. Where's Matua when you need him? Yeah, so we got one of Chrome's teams, Moss's team, Matua's team. Who's an Eagles fan? Yeah, we'll see what happens with the Commies, the Commodores, Redskins. It's because that fucking name change, man, I tell you. Hopefully they can bounce back. But, yeah, because we've seen the other the other two teams in this division win lately, and no one wants to see Dallas win. I'd love to see a good fucking Washington team, but I doubt it. And, yeah, we'll see what happens. Hawk 2A, Hawk Tua Tunga Vailoa. He should change his name to that. What do I think the NFC standings will be? I'm actually going to say Dallas is going to win the division. Boo me, I know. I think they're going to get back. They're going to bounce back, be better than Philly. Philly will be number 2, though, and probably still be a wild card team. Obviously, the Giants are 3 and Commanders are 4. So, Dallas winning the division. I know, I hate it too, but if I'm being 100% honest, yeah, I'll say Dallas. It's a home game they can get blown out in. So, there you go. Dallas, Philly, Giants, Commanders. How I would rank them. And, yeah, kind of a running theme in this division. No one has a defense outside the fucking Eagles. So, we'll see what happens there. And then that only leaves us with one division left. The worst one of them all. The joke of the NFL. The NFC South. Oh, fucking boy. Save the best for last, don't we all? Let's talk about it. Who's the king of the shit here? All 4 teams are ass. Who's the best? Who knows? We'll begin with the team who won the division last year somehow. Carolina. How the fuck are they coming off a playoff appearance? Oh, now we really need Chrome to show up. The Jaguars. Yeah, I talked about them, the AFC on Friday. Yeah. They're a much better cat team than the Panthers. Even though I think Bryce Young is better than Trevor Lawrence, but we'll see. The Panthers. Obviously, I gotta rate their season an A-. They made the goddamn playoffs, which no one expected. What can I say about the Jags? They got a good coach. Bryce Young, some weeks can look like a top 10 quarterback. Other weeks it looks like Bryce Young. He's still better than Kyler Murray will ever be, but no one wants to have that. Actually, no one wants to have the conversation because no one cares about either. Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard is a really good fucking running back room. I don't know if Chuba's a free agent, but if he is re-signing, he's great. Tedero McMillan is fucking phenomenal. You need a number 2 receiver badly. It would be fucking hilarious if they signed Mike Evans, but I doubt it. Get a real number 2 receiver. You don't got a tight end either, from what I remember. I think it's that Sanders dude or Tommy Tremble. I don't fucking know. So maybe get a real tight end. Outside of that, your offense is fine. Your defense, actually, yeah, is pretty decent. You gave Stafford problems in that wild card game. The defense is okay. Get a little bit better there. The main need for Carolina are a real number 2 receiver because Xavier Legette is awful. And that Jalen Coker dude is nothing special, and get a defense, a better defense. Because defense is good, but needs a little bit more of improvements. If they did those things, I could easily see Carolina winning this division again next year. Of course, it all relies on Bryce Young not being Bryce Young. If he can learn how to channel that form where he doesn't play like ass, like those few games. Like, he had like 3 or 4 games this season where he played fucking phenomenal. But most of the season, he still played like Bryce Young, so we'll see if he can knock that out of his fucking armor. Actually, we just talked about him. A signing I would love to see Carolina make. I would really like to see him get Deebo Samuel. I think that'd be a very intriguing signing. A veteran who is washed, but can still bring a little bit more than Xavier Legette. I kind of like that idea. But we'll see. If he's 70, you're not paying him $17 million. That's for goddamn sure. And you're not paying him $15 million. But we'll see. I'd like that. Add good number 2 again. Tedero is going to be one of the best receivers in the league one day. But the team just relies on Bryce Young not being shit. So we'll see. Again, you still get an A- season. Can you somehow made the playoffs? Again, like, you got a good coach. You got a great receiver. Your running back room is good. Your defense is good, okay, but needs help. And your main needs are, I would say, a tight end would be nice to get. Maybe you get David Njoku, and getting a real receiver too would be good. If they do that, could easily win the division again if Bryce doesn't play like ass. But we'll see. We'll fucking see, and see what happens to Carolina, the reigning champs of the division somehow. What the fuck is this division? To go to the team that should be the reigning champs for like the 5th year in a row, whereas Croman, you need him to defend his boy, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Fucking Tampa, man. What happened? Like, I get injuries. How did you lose this division? Why is Todd Bowles still here? They're getting an F. Their season gets a complete F. You are hands down on paper the best team in this division, and you lost the division. Like, yes, you beat Carolina twice, you still lost the division, dickhead. So, like, Todd Bowles is still here. Yeah, why, I don't know. And talent-wise, your team is still great. You have Baker, who I know most people think sucks. When he's on and not injured, Baker's a top quarterback, but and he's usually injured somehow. Bucky Irving's really good when he actually plays. And you got Rashard White and Sean Tucker, who actually play good from time to time. You gotta re-sign Mike Evans, which, as funny as it would be to see Mike Evans go somewhere else, he's obviously gonna re-sign with Tampa, 99% chance. Chris Godwin is still there for how much longer? I wouldn't mind trading. If you could get like a 5th or a 4th for him, I would easily trade Chris Godwin in a heartbeat if I get like a 4th round pick for him, but you probably wouldn't get that for him. And Emeka Egbuka needs to wake back up after really falling asleep in the second half of the season. You're tight end on a Baker team. You're not going to do much. K-Dot does the bare minimum. Fine. O-line is not great. Tristan Wirfs is still there, but it seems like he's always injured as well. Your defense is pretty lackluster. I can't name anyone on it outside of Vita Vea, and even he, I don't think, had that great of a season. Draft some defensive help. Hope Baker can heal up. Hope Todd Bowles actually learned how to coach, but I doubt it. Yeah, I'm still giving you an F for your season, but we'll see, man. We'll definitely see. I want Tampa to be great. A, I think they have the coolest logo in the NFL. B, I love Baker Mayfield, because who doesn't? At least as a Browns fan, you'd be an idiot not to. So I want to see Baker succeed, but I gotta be honest, after that season, that was embarrassing. Will they probably bounce back and win this division? I want to say yes, but I truly don't know if I can say that with any confidence. So we'll see. They have one of the worst defenses in the NFL, so we'll see if they can fix that. And yeah, hopefully their number one need is defense and a fucking health fucking potion to keep everyone from breaking everything weekly. So see, maybe they should find a decent backup quarterback like Jacoby Brissett or something like that, just in case Baker breaks something again and tries to play through it. And yeah, Chrome's gonna that Jabby Chrome's not here because he'd probably be fucking defending his team, which there's nothing to defend with Tampa. They had a shit season, and again, they should have made the playoffs if they beat Carolina, but they lost every other game. So hopefully they bounce back. They need defense badly, and they need everyone to not wrap everyone in bubble wrap. Outside of that, shitty season. Hope they bounce back, and see what happens. See what happens with the team that should be ruling over this division. And then do I want to talk about the Falcons or the Saints next? I'll talk about New Orleans. Fuck Atlanta. Let's talk about the Saints. Now we go from two teams that are actually kind of decent in this division to two teams that are piss poor. Beginning with NOLA, New Orleans Saints. What the fuck do I say about this team? Are they finally gonna blow up the old core? Mario Davis, Taysom Hill, Alvin Kamara. Can they move on from the same team they had in 2015? Like, fucking Christ, move on. I get Kamara is still okay, but how much longer are you gonna keep riding with Cameron Jordan? Yeah, they were good 5 years ago, but like, fucking move on already. I get it hurts to do that, but you gotta get younger. You got a few young guys. People pretend Tyler Shuck's any good. He's not. But he played good at the end of the season against who? Against the Falcons and the Bucks. Good job. I give New Orleans a fucking F for their season. Kellen Moore is a whatever coach, and I don't think maybe he's doing the best with what he's working with, but either way, I don't think he's anything great. Still better than Todd Bowles. Again, I don't think much of Tyler Shuck. I think he sucks. Much rather have Shedeur Sanders, and I'm not even a joke or biased. I actually think he's better. Fuck, I think Cam Ward's about as good as Shuck. Jesus Christ. You're gonna need a new running back because hopefully you finally move on from Alvin Kamara. Chris Olave is gonna be in the Tua fucking. Don't put Tua and Chris Olave on the same team because they might both just headbutt each other constantly. You don't got you trade Rashid Shaheed, which helped Seattle. It didn't help you at all. You got no defense because all your old dudes are gone. I know you got Kool-Aid McKinstry. Don't know how he's been playing in his career since getting drafted. Yeah, you need everything pretty much. You can believe in your new quarterback. You need a running back. Olave is good when he doesn't die. And yeah, Juwan Jennings is whatever. I never thought he was anything good. You really need everything outside of, I guess, a quarterback. You want to be delusional, and the number one receiver, you need everything. Now, like, we can go down the list right here. You're gonna see some fucking Saints players here. You got Taysom Hill, but I won't be shocked if he just retired. Mario Davis, I know Cam Jordan's around here as well. So you're losing a lot of your core, but you need to get younger. So that's simple. Are they still going to suck even doing that? Yes, they're going to probably still be piss poor. But, you're trying to get younger. So hopefully they do. They see the writing on the wall and let the old guys walk. And we'll see what they do. So still the worst team in this division, more than likely. Unless they have a Carolina-type fucking bullshit season. And, yeah. They get an F rating for their season. Tyler Shuck is not the guy, and they're still the shittiest team in the division. So, finally, getting rid of the old dudes is smart. I just replace them with guys who don't suck. So, and wrap Chris Olave in fucking bubble wrap. A lot of bubble wrap being used in this division. Jesus Christ. The Saints, have they been relevant since Drew Brees won them the Super Bowl? No. Have they been relevant since they had a fucking hurricane or whatever hit them and they won the Super Bowl? No. So, if I bring Drew back, he'd be as fucking good as Tyler Shock shit. Whatever. The Aints. And then our final team, and the one after this one, we've talked about every team in the NFL going into the offseason. Are we really calling this an NFL team, though? The other team in this division, the 28-3 Kings, the Atlanta Falcons to close us out. Something they cannot do, close out a game. Falcons gonna Falcon. The Kings of the choke. Them and Chargers definitely in a good fight for that. The Falcons should be on a hub with how good they choke, but yeah, their season F. You missed the playoffs and you're really gonna get better. So good job there. You got rid of Raheem Morris for Kevin Stefanski. It's an upgrade, but only so much. I've watched Kevin Stefanski for years. That dude's a shitty coach, so be ready. You don't have a quarterback, so Michael Penis is fucking terrible, and Kirk Cousins is getting released, so you're in a lose-lose there. Bijan's great. He's one of the best running backs in the league. Drake London's great. Kyle Pitts is not. Your defense, well, you're one of your best defensive players just got arrested, so doing great there. You got a few decent defensive guys, so try and build on top of that. Yeah, you're still probably the third best team in this division. Get a quarterback. I won't be shocked if they're in the big sweepstakes for Malik Willis or Daniel Jones. Outside of that, I don't know what else to really say. Yeah, and Michael Penix is garbage, and Kirk Cousins is gone, so hallelujah there. Bijan and Drake London are your only silver lining thing. Your defense is okay. Stefanski ain't gonna help, don't worry. Yeah, F. They get an F for their season. They're probably gonna be an F team again next year. The Falcons, your whole legacy will be Michael Vick in a 28-3 lead. Good job, Atlanta. And there you go. That's every team done. How do I see the NFC South playing out? I'll still say Tampa wins it, but I have my doubts. Carolina number 2, Atlanta 3, New Orleans 4. Does anyone give a fuck because the winning team in this division will get blown out in the wild card? Yeah, no one cares. So, there you go. There's the NFC South and the NFC and the NFL done. To just like there's the AFC to go over who I think will be the playoff teams one final time. I'll say Dallas, Chicago, Tampa, and Seattle win the divisions. And I'll say the wild card teams are Philly, LA, and I'm gonna say Carolina. I'll say Carolina. So I'll say 2 teams from that division mix. So I'll say Rams, Carolina, and Philly are the wild card teams. So there you go. Who do I think will be drafting first next year? Probably the Jets. Truly. Probably the Jets have the highest possibility of that. Could be Tennessee, could be Arizona. It's probably between the Jets and the Cardinals, to be honest. So Archie Manning, get ready to learn Arizonan or New York. I don't know which one would be harder to learn. My Super Bowl prediction, my way too early one, I'm gonna say, fuck. Is it gonna be Seattle, New England again? That's what it feels like it's gonna be. I'll spice it up. I'll say Chicago, New England, but I won't be shocked if it's Seattle again. And I just don't have any faith in the AFC. So, if I take out New England, Seattle, I'll say Chicago, Denver. There you go. If I take out the 2 most obvious, I'll say Chicago and Denver. How confident would you feel in that one, Tone? I would easily take Chicago to win that, for all I know. And yeah. Now I'll say the AFC Championship will be New England, Denver. AFC will be Chicago, Seattle. Agency and off season and all that. So that's way too early, but there you go. and yeah, MVP, and I'm not trying to predict any of that bullshit. So yeah, pretty simple. You know, I think Caleb Williams could really be an MVP candidate next year, which is fucking insane. So I never know. And yeah, that's about that. So gonna be interesting. We got free agency coming up, few months, some big names in it. The draft. I'll have to go back and watch your AFC breakdown. Yeah, it was on Friday night. Stream. Same format as this. Yeah, I know there's no timestamps. I don't get paid enough to do that shit. But yeah, you know me, I don't take too long to get into that bullshit. So, and yeah, if you they long and short of the AFC, I call most teams shitty, but yeah, it's still fun. I enjoy doing this. Um, I could be completely wrong. I really like doing these videos where in like a year or so you can look back and be like, oh wow, he was fucking wrong. I usually am. Well, you can do that for my breakdowns as well. It only takes you a day to figure that out, but you know, I never mind looking back and laughing at how wrong I was. And yeah, see what happens. It's gonna be an interesting NFL season. Afraid to see the draft. Should be fun. 300 or 200 and something days till football. I think it's 200 and then 8 days till football or some bullshit. So yeah, this is the last time we'll talk about the NFL until anything big happens. Probably free agency, because free agency happens before the draft, I believe. So it'll be free agency. And yeah, after when this stream ends, it'll pretty much just be MMA for the long haul until probably the NBA playoffs, which Tone is winning our fantasy league, so good on him. And yeah, so great football season. I enjoyed it. I'm happy I brought this into the rotation of the channel. I know most people don't. I can only wish. Yeah. Yeah. I know most people, when you see MMA, why are you talking about football? I like other sports than MMA. So, and fucking, God, if I didn't do these streams this week, I had to stream like twice this week, because then MMA has given me nothing to talk about. I'll talk about this card on Tuesday. Last night I did my little quick overview of it, giving my vague opinions on the fights. So, yeah, I usually do that on Sunday, I know, but I did it last night because fuck it. So we'll break this down, talk about this card on Tuesday, and yeah. So happy, love talking about football. I love football. It's my well, if you don't classify wrestling as a sport, then it's my second favorite sport. But if you do, then football is my third favorite sport. We put Buffalo with the new coach. I still say they're I won't spoil it, but yeah, it's nothing. You won't be shocked by the answer. I don't think you're gonna be shocked by what I think of Buffalo, and yeah. So then not really much else to say. Fun football season. I'll give the season overall a 9 out of 10. It was fun. It was different, unpredictable. It was no KC. Yeah, if you want to be like, oh, New England was in it. I'm more fine with New England because it's been a couple years and it is a new team, necessarily. NFC was fun and unpredictable. Playoffs were great. I still say the play of the season was Caleb Williams' fucking run back 30 yards and fucking chuck that bitch and hope. So, need to get into baseball racks. I'm not that bored. Fuck. I'm definitely not that bored. You know, it's probably as exciting as the UFC. But I also, Cleveland doesn't have a baseball team. No, I will not take that bullshit team that they robbed their name of as an official team. The only teams we have in Cleveland are the Browns and the fucking Cavs. Yeah, I will not take that hunk of a joke. I'll never support them. And yeah, so I guess we have to Lake Erie Monsters. I know they're like a minor league baseball team, but they're cool. Or a hockey team, I mean. So they have the best logo. I know the Cavs are doing good. James Harden, beautiful trade. And yeah. Yeah. Would it be smarter for me to just stick to UFC talk? Yeah, because then I'd build more. But fuck it, I do what I want. I want to talk about football. I love football. Y'all motherfuckers lucky I don't talk about wrestling too much. Um, y'all are lucky. I could be doing that, but it's like, what am I gonna say? Why am I gonna get upset about a fucking fake sport? I do that watching it. I don't need to do that on here. The Rumble pissed me off. But yeah, no, I let MMA take most of my anger. Football, not so much. Basketball, no one cares. Yeah, I don't watch baseball or hockey, so or soccer, and well, yeah. I can't follow wrestling match so hard. I don't blame you. Yeah, that's a very valid point. It's what 3 times a week on and da 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 da. You need every fucking streaming service known to man to watch it. So yeah, definitely, I definitely agree and see that point. So, but I love it. So I got my sports that I love, and yeah. So again, try if MMA ever falls to shit, I'll definitely just become a football and wrestling channel. So let's hope that doesn't come to that. Or if I'll move to movies and TV. If you think my takes on sports are bad, God, I don't think I would last in that community. I just don't like storylines anymore. Yeah, I definitely get that. So the lack thereof, I guess, would be a better term to put it in storyline form. So fuck, it's still more. The sad part, WWE still seems more real than UFC at this fucking point. Take that. We'll better have Sean Strickland fight week, so we know we're gonna get some WWE-esque bullshit, and so is what it is. But yeah, so enjoyed it. Man, only went an hour and 11 minutes, so fun. I had fun idea. I was gonna do this anyway, even if we did have fights yesterday, but with no fights for Valentine's Day, I enjoyed doing this instead. But now, we're being back to MMA 100%. We'll be back Tuesday to talk about the cards, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They'll obviously break down a recap on Friday and Sunday for the card shorts. I'll probably have one out tomorrow, I'd imagine. Maybe one. We'll see. More than likely. Obviously, I had the UFC 1 through 5 video yesterday. That was fun. Love doing retrospectives. And, yeah. So, yeah. And lucky I keep the sports to only streams. Mainly because I'm too lazy to make more videos, because streams are much easier and fun. So, videos piss me off because they're long and not as fun. But I still do them. I love it. And, yeah. Get back to MMA. So no more breaks, UFC, because now I don't have anything to talk about during your breaks. No, let's get back into fight form. It's officially fight week now, I would guess. And speaking of fight, the one thing I will say, I'm so happy Cain Velasquez is freed. Man did nothing wrong. He did the right thing, and I'm happy he's free. So that's amazing. And yeah, not really too much else to say there. Happy for Cain Velasquez. NFL is officially done for right now until free agency, and I think that's about that. So, that being said, the only thing left I can think to say is, of course, as always, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Please like, comment, subscribe to us. Let's go by the end of 2026. Shout out to the Toner, the D-Man, and the D-Rest for coming in tonight. Shout out you fucking legends. Love y'all. And D-Man ain't a mod. I swear D-Man was a mod. I'll make him a mod probably next time. Great night, you too, Toner. Chicago 2027 Super Bowl champions. Very high possibility. And yeah, that being said, see y'all on Tuesday when we get back into the fight form of shit. As always, RX out. Good vibes only. And always.